And thank you so much for staying with us. This is Breakfast Central on News Central. Don't forget, you can be part of the show by sending us a message on WhatsApp. You can find the WhatsApp number right there on the screen. And do not forget to follow us on all socials. We are at News Central TV, Facebook, YouTube. You can also stream live. And don't forget, you can also tweet us. Now that we've got Twitter back in Nigeria. Without further ado, let's go straight to the front pages of the papers. And we will begin with the one that Oluchi is going with. So let's start off with which one?
Tanzania. We're starting with the Citizen this morning. Now, the Citizen paper has a whole lot to talk about, having had quite a very busy weekend. Now, ridicule of scarcity of soda as government probes price hike. That's on page 2. It says for nearly a month, urban centers in the country face a serious shortage of the popular soft drinks, raising questions as to what could have been behind the scenario. But there's more details from the Citizen on page 2 of the paper. Now you can see this picture here on page 3. You can see animals. These are cows. You can also see rams as well. It says dry spell threatens to kill thousands of livestock. That's what it's saying here, and the report is on page 3 of the paper. Now another one here, it's all about the dry season in Tanzania now. 3,500 traders count losses after Karume market fire. You can see them, all of them looking at the lost properties in the market. That's also on page 5 and page 2 of the Citizen. And the last one on page 2, what best performing private schools are doing. More of that from the Citizen.
All right, leaving the Citizens, let's check out another paper right now. Let's come down to Nigeria, and we've got nothing more than the Punch. And the Punch newspaper this morning has right there on the front page, states kick as NNPC continues deductions. FAAC meets on Wednesday. That's what you have right there, the front page of the Punch in Nigeria. Deductions not justifiable, says Delta. It's injustice against Ikiti. Commissioner mentioned states, federal government may clash. Subsidy not under our control, says NNPC. And you could see the picture right there. That's one sad story that emanated from the continent, particularly, you could say, in Palestinian firefighters battling flooding after torrents and torrential rains. This is one picture that showed that there was so much to talk about. I just cannot go into details of this because that would take a lot of time. But you can see pictures of people trying to rescue those who have been affected right there in Palestine. So that's one story you might want to take a look. You have it inside of the Punch. Away from the fuel subsidy crisis, there's also more story you can read at the top. Nigeria's debt stock hit 39.6 trillion naira in 11 months. Hey, okay. You want to check that story out, page 19, that's where to go. Page 18, electoral bill takes front burners, National Assembly resumes Tuesday. So everyone is saying, let us squash this back and forth story concerning the electoral bill. Let's handle it once and for all. We'll find out. Insurance firm assets hit 2.09 trillion amidst a recapitalization suspension. Page 19, that's where to go. And not forgetting to, let's come down a bit. We'll see this story. I want to mentor Aja Oka, giving money to inmates in traffic. Obi Kubana, page 8. That video was circulating online, especially for those who live in Nigeria, where a hawker was seen giving money to prisoners while they were being commuted or transported back to prison. NDLEA intercepts Kebbi, Kano bound 1.5 million tramadol, seizes Lagos sports drugs. Page 5. The Punch is loaded. Listen, just go ahead, go get it, and make sure you have a great read.
All right, from the Punch, let's move to the New Vision this morning. Now, the New Vision is all about a little bit of politics, the health sector, and even the religious sector this morning. NUP top bosses in bitter split. That's what it's saying here. Bobby Wine loyalists accuse Mpuga of betrayal. That's on page 5 of the New Vision this morning. Now you can see this picture here. That's a diocese, the new Nebi diocese bishop consecrated. Now you can see him, he's touching a vehicle while he's praying for the car donated to him by President Yoweri Museveni on his consecration as the third bishop. This happened just yesterday. There's more details of this story on page 17 of the New Vision this morning. Liberation Day, it says Uganda ready for industrial takeoff. That's on page 22 of the New Vision. Now on the upper right hand there, Museveni's bush savior passes on. That's what it says. The full story is on page 7. Now, on education, we're looking at the educational sector. That's on the right-hand side. Page 14, you have why schools are hard on pregnancies. Why are they? Well, that's on page 14, and the last one on page 12. AG goes to court over 60 billion shilling in Ziba Rock. Well, more details from the New Vision.
All right, away from the New Vision, let's take you straight to another paper this morning, and we are talking about the Star. You can find the Star right there at the front. You see that header. Ryla taps governors for Azimio vote hunt. We'll also be talking more about Ryla in the course of our top stories. Well, county bosses have massive resources and structures at their disposal. Page 4 to 5, you find that story. And then we have another one there. You can see hooligans as youth pelt stones at DP's city meet. That's another story that you might want to check out. You see the pictures right there, and that's quite close. You see them, yes, pelting stones, and then you have security operatives ensuring that they can actually clear the entire area. Problem. Well, Ruto to ex-PM, commit against mass action if you lose August election. The elections are just nearby in August. Succession politics. You also find that, especially if you go to page 6. And Kalonzo and Jimmy Wanjigi, Dylan signals possible entry to Wiper Party. Shifting alliances, page 7. Talking about still politics, one moving from one party to the other. And you find so much more. Let's take one last one at the top there. No need for doubt, page 2. Mudavadi tells supporters to expect a major announcement. What announcement are they waiting for? Well, find all of these and much more in the Star. The front page tells you more, but hey, you need to go inside to read all of it.